All right, guys, let me bring up the reading. Pulled from the Shaman's Dream Oracle again this week. And we're going to start off with a tidy house. Clarity and organization. So a messy house equates a cluttered mind. A cluttered mind equates lack of clarity. When the inside is messy as the outside, it's time to take inventory of what you're holding on to. There's a call for clarity in your relationships right now. Is there too much going on that you don't have time to get together and maintain clarity in conversation? Has there been so little time to actually talk that the daily clutter just builds up until it's so messy that you knock over the stacks, so to speak? Needing to clear the air about things that are misunderstood is part of the clutter that builds and can turn into something far dirtier than just dust on a shelf. Perhaps it's time for a deep clean. And if that means that it's time to release the old because it doesn't serve you anymore, well, then that's exactly what it means. Then we have benefactor, grace and generosity. Who is receiving your love and your gifts? Whose are you receiving? Have you forgotten about the flow of the illusion of finances and it's taken a toll on what you're willing to give? Even though we may not like how it's given all the time, the universe is always on our side, giving us exactly what we need and usually what we ask for. Even though I'm sure we'd all like to have a come to Jesus moment with it from time to time on how it's delivered, though, right? Here's the thing, though. When we see the subtle signs that are put in our line of sight and act on them in that moment, it usually doesn't require such an impactful offering to get our attention. And remembering to accept with grace and returning that generosity to the world around us helps to keep this flow, and then we find that more of what we actually need flows our way. Fool's embrace. Transmuting pain. Oh, this is a tough one. When we are in pain, we forget that it will pass. We forget that it's temporary and part of the healing process when something is cut through. This is the darker side of the benefactor's message. Even though it's not actually that dark, it's just closer to the reality of when we go through things that catalyze uncomfortable change. If change were easy, we'd all do it at the exact moment we needed to each time. But there are things and people lost along the way that we wish we could hold on to. And yet sometimes what once meshed just doesn't fit anymore. Trying to hold on to that is the fool's embrace. Hugging something tightly that just isn't yours anymore. It's gone. That's tough for many to hear and accept. But look at this card differently. As if it were the fool in the tarot, marching off into a new beginning and all the potential wonder that could happen. That's the kind of fool's embrace you actually want. So give that guy a big old hug. Netcaster. Preparations come to fruition. Stop praying for what's already arrived. Well, that was blunt, wasn't it? Especially if you can't actually put a finger on what the F actually got here. You can't see it, can't touch it, won't pay for what you want in most cases, but it's here. Far too often we cast nets of prayer without taking any action, thinking that a higher power is going to swoop down and just make things happen. Well, you're not completely wrong. Unfortunately, the universe doesn't react much to self-entitled trust fund babies who are used to having everything handed to them just because they demanded it. Yeah, they went there with that one. Sorry, not sorry. But also, the netcaster could be pointing to being freed from someone else's net. Writhing and wriggling to get free, but getting more tangled up, the harder the effort. Sometimes the most movement happens when you're still, grounded, determined, and wait for the exact moment to free yourself from being ensnared. Wait for the opportunity to arrive. It'll show up, and you'll be able to break free and get to where you've been longing to. Finally, empty well. Time to replenish. We've all been through it in some fashion in the course of our lives that required to come to a time of replenishment. For many, that is the case right now. What's more is that many have come to the conclusion that they just don't fit where they are and realize it's time to go. that they can't get anything more from where they've been. There's some reasons that are a little too close to home for this right now, but it's high time that there be a change to be made and a new well to be sought after. The ones that emptied was filled with lacks of grace, reciprocity, or even authenticity. You spent time trying to fill it up with your own thinking that others might do the same, but they didn't, and just took and took. Was it intentional? Maybe. But holding on to that will only carry from one well to another and taint it with the same toxins. Once realization is made that you can't repair the well, walk away gracefully. The waters of the well are deeper and more accessible somewhere else. Events happen that create the effects of the tower, and things come crashing down. The catalyst effect takes place, and things feel like they're going to fall apart. If you've already gathered the materials to rebuild quickly, do so. Let all the other aspects of it just be. The bitterness, resentment, hidden truths, and so on don't matter anymore. They're just tethers to what used to be and don't have to exist anymore. But that is up to the perception of the person to adjust. May never be closure, but that's okay. Just know that it all happened to give an opportunity for a new kind of growth you had been preparing for all along.
All right, let's see if we can come up with anything good in this reading. We should put our glasses on before we start. All right, so let's start with the current energy being strength. You're in a space of quiet resilience, not brute force. This isn't push harder, it's handle it softer. Whatever you're dealing with doesn't respond to control, it responds to compassion, patience, and emotional regulation. Don't allow things to keep bottling up and pretending that you're fine or overtaming yourself. Stop trying to overpower the situation. Sit with it. Lead with emotional intelligence, not survival mode. All right, in your challenge position, the Queen of Pentacles. The challenge is stability, nurturing, and feeling secure, especially in a real world, tangible sense. You're either overgiving, overfunctioning, or tying your worth to how well you hold it all together. Unfortunately, this can lead to burnout, people pleasing, and the attitude of I'll take care of everyone and ignore myself. You don't have to earn your place by being useful. Take care of yourself the way that you take care of others. All right, in the subconscious foundation, we have the Six of Swords again. Deep down, you know you need to move on or mentally detach from something. Your inner self is already halfway out the door, even if your conscious mind is still negotiating. Don't drag emotional baggage into new chapters. Let the transition happen. Don't keep revisiting what you've already outgrown. In the past position, we have the Five of Cups, grief, disappointment, regret. Classic, that didn't go how I hoped energy. You felt that loss very deeply, and parts of you may still be focused on what didn't work instead of what remains. Stop emotionally fixating on loss and your inability to reframe it. Honor the grief, but stop building a home there. There's still something behind you worth turning towards. All right. Your conscious goal right now is the Nine of Pentacles. You want independence, peace, self-sufficiency, and not needing anyone to complete you. You're aiming for a life that feels stable, luxurious in your way, and self-owned. Caution yourself against isolating, hyper-independence, and that attitude of I don't need anyone ever again. Build your independence, yes, but don't turn it into a wall. All right. In the near future, we have the Two of Wands. A decision point is coming. Expansion versus comfort zone. It's in this position because you're about to choose your next direction, not stumble into it. Step away from hesitation and the fear of choosing wrong. Pick the path that stretches you, not the one that feels familiar. All right. In self-perception, we have the Seven of Cups. You feel overwhelmed with options, possibilities, or illusions. You're seeing so many paths that it's hard to trust which one is real. Don't let that lead to escapism, fantasy over reality, or analysis paralysis. Not every option is meant for you. Narrow it down, get grounded in what's actually actionable. All right. In your external energy right now is the High Priestess. There's a strong, intuitive, spiritual, and possibly hidden energy around you because something or someone is not fully revealed yet. Also, your intuition is loud right now. Watch out for hidden secrets, avoidance, or ignoring intuition. Stop asking everyone else. You already know. Trust the quiet inner voice over the external noise. All right, in your hopes and fears, we have the Eight of Wands. You want things to move quickly, but that also terrifies you. You're craving momentum after a period of stagnation, but you're also like, wait, am I ready for things to actually take off? Caution yourself against rushing, impulsivity, or fearing change when it finally arrives. Let things move, but don't lose your center when they do. Last but not least, in the outcome, we have the Ten of Cups, emotional fulfillment, alignment, happiness, and peace that actually sticks. It's here in the outcome because you follow this path. If you follow this path, release the past, trust yourself, and choose intentionally, you land in something genuinely fulfilling. Be sure that you are building happiness and not idealizing it. This isn't a fantasy ending. You build this by making aligned choices now. You're leaving behind that emotional disappointment. You're reclaiming independence and self worth. You're being pushed into a choice that defines your next chapter. Your intuition is stronger than your confusion. And if you don't self sabotage it, you land in real emotional fulfillment. That is all she said.
And I like to forget to unmute myself. She likes to steal my line. That's all she said. Fine. Hold on. Yeah.
I get so dizzy on the show. I was running from seat to seat, I'm telling you.
What? I wanted to be over here today. You wanted me to be over here today, so I put myself over here today. Yeah.
Ugh.
You know all that stuff that you hold on to? The hurt, the pain, bitterness, resentment. Clear something up right now for those who might have assumed differently for Phoenix Talks this week. It's a response to pride and how it can manifest in toxic ways when it's held on to. When things are held on to a little bit too deeply, taken a little too personally, and it's not just one-sided, it takes two or more for that to manifest. It can make you feel pushed into a corner, and the only way out is anger, screaming. If you let it. If you let it. We all have pride in what we do or what we don't do. We all have judgment on ourselves of things that other people impose. And we start feeling a certain way. And it's a we, it's not a me, it's a we. We start feeling a certain way. And then start thinking of all the things that weren't paid attention to, that were missed, that were gaslit, that were stepped over. All because we didn't talk. All because we didn't give ourselves the permission to be upfront, to lead with compassion, to be honest. Especially with ourselves. It's a very high tightrope that a lot of people will find themselves on, trying to maneuver, and the anxiety building from being worried about falling has them grasping on tighter than ever. When you feel a certain way, take a beat, take a pause, take a breath. Because what you say next matters. Matters in the outcome, matters to the person you're saying it to. And when you're in your feels, what comes out may not be how you meant it, and you can't take it back. It's done. Love yourself enough to be honest with yourself so that you can release what it is that you hold within if it's not aligning with you. And like the fool's embrace the change that you're being asked to make. Embrace the change that is right in front of you. Because it won't last. You can transmute it and move on. Is that enough? Maybe not right now, but it's only temporary.
It's only temporary. So, it's just a matter of time and the Walk Away Joe song. Just, yeah, okay. So, you guys have seen my, what is it, transformation maybe? Up and down, up and down, up and down over the past several months. And, oh gosh, it's been bad for the past couple weeks. In fact, the past week has been absolute hell. I've been on the phone with Michka in tears, talking to my neighbors, just not well, just really not well at all. And got on with the not Phoenix Talks, the Risers group, and bawled to them and everything else. And the biggest thing for me was, like, yeah, when I talked to Mike on the phone the other day, when I was just in tears all night long and everything, was thinking to myself, okay, my grandmother and her siblings all lived to be 100 years old. I can't do this for another 40 years. I can't do this for another 40 years. I just can't. And, I thought it was not going to end. I just don't. Thank you, Nikki. And I know I have people's phone numbers, and I know that I have people I can talk to. And I told Micah this the other day. It's just been that I don't even want to talk. I don't want to be social. I didn't want to do my shows. I didn't want to do anything. I just laying there just crying for days on end, and really honestly wasn't exactly sure why. And I still 100% don't know why. I just know that I have been severely depressed. But when you say, my wings are drying, thank you, Karen. It does end. And I'm not saying that, okay, so today, and the first thing I did when I woke up was text Micah. I didn't wake up sad, because I've been waking up every morning, not only sad, but it's caused my stomach problems again, and I've been sick to my stomach and losing weight again and all that crap because this depression kicked back in. And I just want to scream, like, what is going on? Why is this taking so long? And as much as I keep telling you guys, and we keep telling you, it takes how long it takes, it takes how long it takes, but it's coming, it's coming. This mood that I've been in today, this isn't fake. I am in a fantastic mood today, and I have been since I woke up. I don't know why it's different today, but I know that I have been doing the work for a long time. And when it happens, I'm not saying tomorrow will be perfect. I'm not saying that it won't come back, because I'm sure there will be times when it does. However, it doesn't last forever. And as much as you feel like in those moments, I just want this to end, I can't keep doing this every day, I can't keep doing this every day, and you just want to give up, you may find out that the next day when you wake up, things are different and you can start over. Today, I woke up and I was like, I'm starting over. I got up and for the first time in months, I ate breakfast. I don't eat all day long. Some days I go days without eating. Some days I go days without drinking. I have been that depressed that I have not been doing anything. Nothing. Just don't want to do anything. So, but today I woke up, I ate breakfast, I went to the store, I showered, I'm here, and I'm in a great mood. For whatever reason it is, I don't care. Doesn't matter. I'm in a great mood and I'm thankful for that. I'm grateful and I appreciate it and I look forward to more of them because there will be more of them. Yesterday wasn't so great. The day before wasn't so great. The past few months have not been great. Today was a great day. And Micah suggested something that I'm going to start doing. And you guys might want to think about this too, because sometimes when you're in that state of depression, you think you're just miserable all the time and you tend to forget about the good days. I'm going to write on a calendar now. Today was a great day. Don't need any reason why. Today was a great day. If I want to write today was a shit day, I can write that too. But write down, it was a great day. It doesn't matter why. I didn't do anything special today. I mean, my daughter called me and we talked for 2 hours and that was wonderful. I loved it. But other than that, nothing special, crazy, or anything happened. It just was a different day. And part of it was because I woke up deciding it was going to be a different day. Or I went to bed last night deciding tomorrow's going to be different. I need tomorrow to be different. So it does come in time. It's not going to be forever. This will not last forever. You guys will get there. I love y'all. I'm not saying that is all. I know, I've all been there. I'm seeing the people talking, and we've all been there, and we've all gone through that shit. But when we're stuck in that mode of, oh God, this is never going to get better. I can't stand this anymore. I just want to quit. I want to. Tomorrow can be different. And today is proof of that. And that happens too, Bubble Kittens. You can wake up in a great mood and something happens and it tanks, but you still have tomorrow.
Celebrate the fact that it started good.
Yeah. Today started off great. I had a great few hours. It's better than the shit all day long, right? Enjoy the good.
Like Karrie said, our brains are wired naturally, even though it's crazy because it's on opposite sides of the spectrum. It is unnatural for us to experience anything other than joy, yet our brains are naturally wired to remember the bad.
Yeah.
Why? Because it has a higher release of hormones and it's locked in more tightly than the good. For every one bad thing, you need a handful of good things to override it. But if the subconscious isn't given any tools to pay attention to, hey, good things do happen to you. You do have good days, but if it doesn't have anything to grab onto, it's just going to be like, oh, well, apparently they're just used to this feeling, so we're just going to keep the program running.
Yeah. Got to stop the program.
So when you have a good day or if you have something that you accomplish during the day, whether your day sucked or not, if you had a good thing happen and it was just a moment, when you go to sleep, oh my God, thank you for insert what that was here. That was so amazing. That was a great day. And you'll find that it starts getting easier. We're going to have shit happen.
Oh God, yeah.
We're going to have bad moods. We're going to have bad days. Shit's going to happen. But the more that you celebrate those good times, those achievements, those victories, no matter how large or small, the shorter the time span that the shit sucks. I promise that. I don't guarantee it, but I promise that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So, sitting in shit is still sitting in shit. Thank you, Heather.
exactly. Exactly. But you know, the great thing about sitting in actual shit is that you can wash it off. You might need ketchup, but you can wash it off.
Ketchup.
It takes the skunk smell out. So I've heard. I've never actually had to do it.
Tomato sauce. Yeah, tomato sauce. So yeah. I don't think you have to use tomato sauce to wash off shit. I think that's just skill and skill. That's okay. It was funny anyway.
I said what I said.
He said what he said.
I mean, ketchup is kind of tomato sauce.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, I think I'd rather stand in shit than sit in it. Because then I can
Well,
take my shoes off. Any which way you look at that metaphor, it's something that you can clean and
still wash it away.
exactly. Stick with the metaphor, guys. Stick with the metaphor. You don't have to reel around the fountain, okay? Anyway,
Anyway.
we should chat, girl. Real brief. Real brief. I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, it's nothing that you don't already know, but we got the Four of Water in reversed for you. I mean, now this is the abundance card. Now, we all know that abundance doesn't actually mean finances. Prosperity means finances. Abundance is what you already have. And there's so much that you have that you haven't let go of, that what you're actually trying to bring in prosperity is getting a little bit sidelined. Spiritual warrior, this is the chariot in this deck. So it's kind of kathumping a little bit along. But you've got this amazing capability of making things happen and getting things in motion. Why? Because you know how to integrate those parts of you, with resistance, but you do it anyway, and you sit at the loom and okay, fine, I got to do it this way, but just keep it going. I know I wish it meant finances for you too, but in order for finances to be able to find you, and this is true for everybody, so trickle down effect for everybody. But in order for finances to be able to find you, in order for that prosperity to grow, you have to feel in the abundance of what you do have and what you're capable of in order for it to find you. Also, and to get into that cycle. I'm surprised the Six of Coins didn't come up. But it'll get there. You just got to keep at it.
I feel like lately my readings have been like the future of yours. I'm telling you. Okay, so this is what I've got. All right, so you've been in the planning phase, moving forward with the Two of Wands, and I'm going to finish the cards first. All right, and then moving into your sudden breakthrough of clarity with the Ace of Swords, and that leads to fulfillment, complete fulfillment in the world. This is like, it's a powerful, successful, amazing conclusion to either a long-term project or a life phase you've been in. And that follows by the clear, decisive decision that you make. Brings on that clarity and the world. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep listening to him, and then this comes after. So like this. What I'm thinking.
I mean, all those piles of poo that we talked about earlier, pay attention, you can dance around them and not step in them and have to wash them off so that you can get to where
Right.
she's talking about getting.
Yup.
So, Bubble Kittens,
Little kittens.
it's your turn. And you have the page of coins reversed again. I know this has come up for you. I know it has. Because you are sitting, I've watched you do it. I have literally watched you do it in FaceTime calls, Zoom calls, where you are, okay, you're like over here with your computer because your camera's over here, but you're over here trying to find that new thing, trying to find what that seed is that you want to plant in order to get things going, forgetting about the seeds that you've already planted. Now, here's the fun part, okay? Here's because you got a pair of queens. You got the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords, right? Cups. She confuses me with this one every time because I see feather and I think swords because of the other one. Anyway, Wands, cups, water, fire. Stop with the talk so that you can get back the creativity. You're working on it. I know you are, and you're literally getting to the point where you're just about decisive on what it is that you want to create, what you want to do, and be able to get all of it done. So do it. And finally, the Fool in reverse. You've already passed that new beginning. You've already passed that need to wonder. You're in it. So let it push you. Don't be the opposite of the Fool's embrace, like I talked about earlier. Don't sit there and hug it. Don't sit there and hug the past. Oh, this feels so good. No, no, it's you can't take this. Embrace the innocence and let that stop judging yourself for the innocence. Yeah.
All right, no hermit this time. Just
Oh
wanted to
my
put that
God.
out there. I got no hermit this time. But listen up. All right, so 5 of Cups. We already know that you've been dealing with stabilizing and healing from an emotional loss, okay? You're doing that because you're adopting. You got the Queen of Fire and the Queen of Water, and you've got the King of Earth. The King of Earth telling you that through fostering patience and moderation, that's how you get to your end game, which is your emotional stability and emotional balance. Focus on your blessings and act with patience, and you will build a secure future. Hey, it's a miracle. I know, no hermit.
Yeah,
And
they,
it's
they,
getting there. I mean, yeah, sure, the
yeah.
5 of Cups is there, but you're moving forward. You got the 2 queens, the king, and Temperance. You're getting there. We're all getting there. What was the name of tonight's show? I forgot already.
Something along those lines. I can't remember either.
Something
Won't
about
remember it
time.
either.
Something about did the. Oh gosh, now I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't know what to call the show. Remind me what was I gonna label this show, y'all? I don't even know anymore.
Somebody in the chat probably remembered.
You think that card was for me too, Lunar? Yeah, which one? Are all 3 of them?
Maybe.
Probably. Probably. You're probably correct.
But I would say that all of them for Bubble Kittens, are stop resisting your favorite word. Do you know what her favorite word is?
Pivot.
That one. See, this way she can yell at you and not me.
Oh, thanks for making me say it. Pivot, pivot, pivot. Sorry, sweetie. Focus on your blessings and abundance will come. You're right. How do you need to do that? You are correct.
Yeah. Embrace the pivot. Okay?
Yes.
Embrace it. Because it's a good thing. As I ignore my computer update. OD, are you here? calling out, because the magician inside, it's there. It's that remembering who you are, remembering all the power and all of the glory that makes you you, regardless of what anybody else says. Remembering to keep your own energy intact and not give it away so freely. Five of coins reversed. This isn't about the shoe, which shoe is going to drop next. This is about shoes continuing to drop and you continuing to answer them and you continuing to pick up after everybody else when you need to take care of your own. But sometimes that emperor at home just won't help with that. But it's not just him. There are others that are just like, here, can you take care of this? Can you take care of this? And you're just like, oh, okay, sure, yeah, whatever. I guess I have to. And stop it. Stop it. I mean, there's, of course, work to do. Eight of coins. Of course, there's work to do to make sure that you're getting everything done and taking care of everything. But delegate, girl. Delegate more. Be insistent. Have your boundaries set up a little bit better. Because that magician inside, it's hard to maintain if you're not.
Well, that explains the reason for mine a little bit, maybe. So an emotional bond, a very strong emotional bond that you have with someone, I'm guessing now it's the Emperor, that unfortunately right now is leaving you with some feelings of exclusion, feeling a little bit left out, possibly due to some uncertainty, some anxiety, possibly secrets. But it represents a scenario where the two of you care deeply for each other, but right now you're struggling a little bit to get on the same page. And it's going to require some communication. I didn't
Go back,
like
listen to the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
It'll fill in the blanks of that one.
Yeah.
Not a fan of that.
No, I'm not a fan of that either. I didn't. That's why when I pulled it, I was like, I really don't even want to read this. And then I heard yours, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess it kind of fits.
And you love him.
And you love him. It's obviously the Two of Cups shows a very strong bond. It's not like this is something that's falling apart. This is
no, not at all.
No, this is a very strong connection that's not going anywhere. You guys are just going through a phase of uncertainty through the moon, and you're feeling a little left out right now in that Five of Coins. So it's time for some communication and to get things back on track, because you have the love there, and that's not going away.
Absolutely. All right, Karen over in YouTube had asked for one as well. You are up next. And I have the Father of Air for you. This is the King of Swords in this deck. And this is about tradition, leadership, questioning leadership. But it's also about the tradition that gets programmed into us. And I don't know if you just felt what just went through, but it was just like, oh, God, I really want this to stop. I want to stop gaslighting myself over these old traditions that don't really resonate with me anymore. And I want to stop it because I'm not like that. I don't want to be like that. This isn't who I am. But God, it still just irks inside. You can reclaim this if you really want to. I mean, you have the transformation card in reverse. This is the death card in this. Yes, this is a death card in this deck. Had a brain fart there. But resisting the change, resisting the new beginning, and what it might look like if you actually fully put that boundary up, put that foot down. What's it going to look like? How is that going to transpire? And I'm here to tell you, Six of Fire, which is Six of Wands, there's a better chance of a better outcome if you stop holding on to it. Oh, and look, I get to use one of my favorite phrases of emotional constipation, holding it back and making it toxic inside. But if you let it go, I do see that there is the possibility of you feeling better about it and about yourself and stepping forward more easily.
Yes. Step forward, move forward into calmer waters. Six of Swords says that you're moving into calmer waters, and that's never a bad thing. And if you continue the consistent hard work that you're already putting on, it leads to your victory. Plain and simple. Those cards were so easy.
Is that the Six of Wands too?
Yeah.
Oh, look, you got it twice.
Victory's coming.
What you got to lose?
You got to get out of the Six of Swords. You got to move the Six of Swords first, and then get through that apprenticeship, and then you can get to that. But yeah, you got it twice. That's victory, right there.
Yes. Yes. It's right here. It's right here.
Right in the palm of your hand.
We're going to start you off with the Star. One of the best cards in the deck to start off with. Because, you know, it's see? I mean, full of hope, full of wonder, full of potential. And it's still there. I mean, there's some stuff going on in life that causes us to lose hope a little bit, but it's asking you to maintain it and keep going. I know that the fires keep burning. The Five of Swords, or Wands rather, just keeps coming at you. It's like you're afraid to knock something over because, oh shit, what next? What now? Oh God, stop. I can't take it anymore. But don't put energy into what next. Because when we do, we also put our feet into the path. You remember that shit I was talking about earlier? Yeah. But what if it was on fire? And you still missed it and you still walked through it. Don't wish for it. Because doing the what next actually gives your subconscious permission to look for it. So you will actually be guided to that what next. And you don't need those binds. You don't need those bonds. You don't need that holding you back. You can let it go, let it be, and realize that there is still so much more from that Star. I want to hear what she has to say.
That's so funny. Of all, how many 70-some cards in the deck can we both start off with Star first card? So I got this. I'm going to give you all of them together. I got the Star, and then I got the Two of Wands along with the Page of Swords. The combination of these three is basically saying that the Star is offering you the inspiration that you're looking for. This is the healing and the inspiration that you've been going through. And then the Two of Wands comes in to tell you that it's time to start planning for the future. And actually, it kind of demands that you start making plans for the future and your new expansion. And then when the Page of Swords comes up, that is your energy to implement these plans. So better. I like that the readings are getting a little better for the peoples.
Little bit.
They're growing. They're getting there slowly but surely. We're all making progress.
And then we have Heather.
Oh, Heather.
Oh, Heather. Why are you afraid of success? Six of Fire reversed. Why are you afraid of success? Why are you afraid of that victory? Why? And you know what happiness feels like. You enjoy being happy, and you're a genuinely happy person. Compassionate, there for people. I honestly know this from personal experience. But it's that past, those leaders in the past, the fathers of fire, that gaslight your mind. Even if they don't say it to you in present anymore, you will get somewhere. You've gotten somewhere. Look at what you've done. You've held down a job for 10 years doing amazing things for people. Look at what you do here. All of these amazing things you do. Celebrate it. Pop a look. But because of all that gaslighting, there's still that doubt. They're falling from the sky. They're not in flight anymore. I mean, this is a Three of Swords in reverse. It's done. It's gone. You don't have to hold on to it. Oh, same employee for 21 years. Look at that. Look at that fucking accomplishment. Six of what? And it just flows. It just flows. So do me a favor, please, for you. Celebrate you. Okay?
Okay, this didn't come up for Bubblekittens. Here you go, Heather. He had to make an appearance tonight. I mean, God forbid we get through one show without him making an appearance.
It's like but Tim Conway from Carol Burnett and the old guy.
Right? Mr. Swiggins. All right.
And Mrs. Swiggins.
I'm showing my age big time. All right, so, okay, so you got that along with Judgment, which basically the two of these together are saying that you are in a period of self-reflection and evaluation where, and it's karmic evolution. This is the fact that it's Judgment. This is a karmic situation. But the problem is you're too stubborn to make the change that you need to make. You have to stop preventing the necessary change. You're likely at a crossroads right now, but you're hanging on, and you need to release the rigid controls that you have that are stopping your personal evolution. The only thing that's stopping you right now is that you won't let go.
That part.
I probably should yell at myself for the same thing, so don't feel bad. We do it. But it's time to start letting some shit go, man. Stop walking in it. Stop sitting in it. And stop dealing with it. It's time for it to go.
Yep. It is. So, my final card for the night. Halfway to whole. You've touched the heavens, but that means nothing without proper integration. Truth isn't spoken, it's lived. And unembodied wisdom leads to illusion. You don't need another ceremony to ascend. You need stillness to descend into what is unresolved, unclaimed, and unhealed. Expansion is found in the reckoning, where the next initiation will be waiting.
And my last card for the night is, what if it was easy? It doesn't have to be hard. Call in the universe, the stars, the angels, and all their powers. Find a solution. Would you take the next step if it were easy? It's time to expect ease, call in grace, and receive guidance. You are supported. Today's soul action lists 10 possible ideals for your soul's current calling. Lean into ease. It's here. You just have to say yes to it.
It's already there. It's just waiting.
Yep.
Yeah, it's that easy. But like I said earlier with the, how many of us want to have a come to Jesus moment with the universe and say, could you lighten up? And the universe replies back, I tried.
But you weren't listening.
Exactly. Coming up this week, I'll be back tomorrow with Brendel's Vision at noon, right back here on this Twitch channel and the Embers of Light YouTube channel. Then Wednesday at 6 p.m. we have Phoenix Talks with Rev D and myself, and the topic of conversation is how much I did for you. Then at 8 p.m. over on Rise Radio on Zeno.fm will be Will Iomi with Honky Tonk Kevin, where he brings you nothing but country. Great show, great show. And then on Thursday morning, the Oracle will be back at 11 a.m. Eastern to bring you, hopefully, a message that doesn't trip over the tongue. Then on Friday, Lunaria will be back at 11 a.m. with another episode of Illuminate.
Well, there'll be lots of tongue tripping because there always is. For some reason, I have serious issues with my English language.
English are hard for us.
It's hard for me today.
There is no voices this week. It will be back next Friday at its regular time. But this Saturday, don't forget, Michael J. will be bringing back Defining Your Character and the songs that, who did you wake up as today? So it's going to be a great week. And that's at 6 p.m. Eastern over on Rise Radio. So thank you guys so much for your amazing music, sticking it out with us, hanging out with us. Oh.